Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another roundup. Today I'm going to be talking about everything that I tried in the month of September, both new and old. I'll be talking about, do I still like these products? What are products that I'm reaching for? And yeah, just kind of a mini review of everything I used in the month of September. So if that sounds good to you, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I am doing well and I hope you are too. Let me know in the chat or the comment section. I am going to be starting with foundation today. And I have a lot of stuff here, so I'm going to dive right on in. The two foundations that I have been using on a regular basis have been the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation and the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. Now, one thing that I want to share is that I always go for the same type of coverage and finish in my foundation. So I don't really review foundations because it's hard for me to know the difference between them. So I'm gonna do my best right now. I will say that I love both of these. I think the color matches are great. In the ambient, I am an 11, probably could have taken a 10, but the 11 is a good match. Like that's what I'm wearing right now. I wear that one pretty much all the time. And in the Lisa Eldridge, I wear shade 21. What I will say about the Hourglass one is this is going to last me a lifetime. I only use one pump of this foundation, and sometimes one pump is too much. This is a foundation that can definitely be built up because I feel like it's heavier. Like, I don't know. It just seems heavy. Like one pump, as I said, is enough for me. A little bit really goes a long way. With the Lisa Eldridge, I think I may use maybe 2 pumps, maybe. But I just don't like to really feel makeup on my skin. So I don't know, it's just hard. I'm really blessed that I don't have anything that I'm really trying to cover up. So I'm really just looking for something to kind of even me out and just create that perfect even base for makeup, but I'm not necessarily trying to cover anything up. So again, I do go for foundation that's dewy or that has a natural glow or radiance to it. And I do look for foundation that has a medium coverage. And I think both of these are great. I would repurchase both of them. And I am going to continue using them until they are all used up. I think these are really good foundations. On to more exciting things. Let's talk about blush and highlight. And I got some face palettes. So let's talk about all of that. All right. First, let's talk about this little blush here I have from Skin Glass by North Face. This is in the shade Spicy and it's a cream blush. Once again, cream blush is another product that it's hard for me to tell the difference, but all the cream blushes that I have are great. The ones I use most often, if it's going to be a cream blush, are usually the ones from Melt. And this one goes right along with it. It's this like really nice coral color. And the Melt ones, I will say, are, most of them have a more of a sheen to it. Whereas this one, it's more matte. And this one really melts into the skin nicely. I have a cream blush from Sydney Grace that kind of reminds me of this one as well. I'm going to continue to use this. I have my Chains blush from Chanel. And you know what? The more and more I use this, I know I always talk about this blush and how much I love it. It's $75. No. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. You can definitely find a blush of this caliber for less than that. But, you know, this is when I was doing some of my little luxury trying it situation, trying to keep on up. But I don't regret buying this blush. I really do like it. I think if you like a blush that has like a sheen to it, it's really good. But speaking of a dupe, there is this shade in my NARS Afterglow palette, y'all. Oh my gosh, love this. I lost it and found it, so I'm so happy. I probably will get the holiday one because I really come back to this all the time. But this shade right here, Savage, I want to say is a pretty good dupe for the Chanel Chains blush. And let me see if I can just do a little side by side. It's not exact, but it's pretty close, y'all. It's pretty close. Savage and the Chanel. So they're close, and they're gonna look the same on your cheeks for real. So I would not get this. I know this is still available, but unless you really want these chains, you know, probably could have made a different choice there. But I have it, so I'm gonna use it. So again, this NARS Afterglow blush palette, this was discontinued, but I really love it. And this didn't come out for holiday. This just came out like at the beginning of, I think, 2022. And I was so happy to have this one. So, and I still love it. I was sad when I lost it. I also pulled out the Monarch palette. This came with the Melt Amore y Mariposas collection. And this was just a cute little blush palette. And I feel like it just got kind of lost in my collection. So I pulled it out and used it the other day. I think I took a couple shades like these two and mixed them, because this one has a sheen to it and this one's matte. And I probably mixed them, did a few colors, but I still really enjoy this this blush palette. I think it's still very nice. This is something I really forgot about. As always, my RMS Beauty blushes are never out of reach. I'm wearing Maiden's blush today, very lightly. This is Sangria, and I also have a new one, Bohemian Girl. I have Mai Tai. These are just great blushes, and again, very similar finish to, oh, where is, let me grab Maiden's blush, because I think Maiden's blush might dupe the Chanel. So let me grab that. So here's Maiden's blush. Ooh, I think Maiden's blush is even more of a dupe for the Chanel. Let's see. So there's Maiden's blush and there's the Chanel. I mean, they're close enough. So I don't know, the RMS blushes are great, and I see that RMS is no longer on the Sephora site, so I don't know what happened with that. So if you want anything from RMS, you're gonna have to go to their website. So I also have these two highlighters from Sydney Grace, which are really nice. This is Beautiful Morning. I'm looking and seeing that I have a love for this type of color. I'm looking at all my things now, like, Kara, probably didn't need all of this, but that's why it's very important to know what's in your collection and go through it from time to time, because now I know I need nothing that's this color. But I love that one. And Heart of Gold is the other cream highlight that I have. These are really nice, and you get so much product in this little jar here, but I love this. Sydney Grace did a really good job with their cream blushes and highlighters. I think they are awesome. From the Resurgence collection from Unearthly Cosmetics, I did pull out the blush or highlighter duo. This was the collab with Heather Austin. This is just great when you want something that has a galactic look, or you want to take a blush and you may want to put something like this on top just to give it, I don't know, just a little something extra. And I think this is a really nice highlighter duo. I think that looks really good. You can use these as shadows as well. So I do love that. And I can't wait to get my little highlighter palette that's coming with the Devour collection. Cannot wait for that to ship. And then lastly, for blush, I have the Pat McGrath Duo Blush in Cosmic Coral. This is also very beautiful. I really love this shade. Yeah, really nice. So those were the blushes that I reached for. And I have some face palettes. So first I want to talk about, and I think I talked about them last month, my two face palettes from Adept Cosmetics. This is the Ayana palette, and this is the Stella palette. The Stella palette is so beautiful. It's like House of Elle for your face. I love it. Love, love, love these colors. Again, same type of color story that I like. This one just has a little more fire to it. And I just think this and the highlight looks so good. Really good. And then the Ayana palette for the bronzer is great. But then like sometimes instead of putting on blush, I will just use like one of these, or I might just do a little topper on it just to give, because this is a matte, so this will give it just a little radiance, and I think it looks really nice. Also, like if I'm doing light makeup, then I might just put like one of these shades on the lid as well, just as like a little one and done situation. So these are great, and they're 22 bucks. Like that Hourglass, get it together, because these are $22. I know it's a different product, but speaking of Hourglass, don't judge me. At least I'm using them, and I did get the snake one, and I've used it and love it. So Tiger palette, love it. I brought these out because I was trying to like decide, did I need the snake palette, which I don't need any of this stuff, but Hourglass gives you a lot of product in these face palettes. I love the Tiger one more than the Elephant, but I still do enjoy the Elephant palette. And I think as far as finishing powder goes, Hourglass is probably my favorite. I just love how it looks in person, not just on camera. I just think in real life, it just makes you look like you have an inner glow, and it's like a natural radiant look, and it's not cakey. It doesn't like you were trying too hard. Like it just gives such a nice finish. And the one I really have been using a lot is Mood Light, which is more of a cool toned finishing powder. And I use that just like on my face, and under my eye, I use my pink powder. All right, I'm trying to get us to the eyeshadows. Oh, I have another blush right here, y'all. Forgot about this. This is Incandescent by Tom Ford. Thomas, damn, same. You know what? I gotta really start paying attention, because same type of colors, but got this like from probably Macari or something for really cheap, like 40 bucks. Cause you know, this is like $90, ridiculous, but I love it. I have it, and I didn't pay the 90 for it. So that is great. All right, I have a few miscellaneous items, and then we will get to what we all care about the most, which are the eyeshadow palettes. Okay. I want to talk about the Natasha Denona Macro Tech eye crayons. I think these are great. That's really all I wanted to say. They stay nicely in the waterline, and I have the 3 from the Yucca collection, and I really, really like them. Still think Victoria Beckham is #1, but these are a close second. Let's get into some lips, y'all. Okay, I have been obsessing over these from Unearthly Cosmetics. I've been obsessing to the point where I pulled out all of them, all the ones I have. I probably have like at least 20 of them, and they are so good. The matte ones are great, and the colors are so unique. They really are. Like this shade Mandy, I don't know how many lipsticks I have that look like that. That mucky, grungy color. It's not gonna go with everything. I can't tell you like that I have a lot of lip shades that are that color. And this one is Eva. These are like, I call them corpse lips. Like you can, I can't, it's right here. Really blends in with the skin. I had one on the other day, Gloria. This one's kind of deep for me, but they are so good. They do not dry your lips out, and the colors are just different. They come out with so many nice colors. Melt comes out with nice colors in their matte lippies too. I just don't think they've been coming out with any of those, but these are just different colors. If you're looking for something that is unique for the lips, I think these matte ones are great. I like them better than like the gloss formula that they have, but I'm also not a huge lip gloss person, but these are outstanding, in case you were wondering. Speaking of gloss, I pulled out this shade Twilo from Pat McGrath. I remember grabbing this when Pat McGrath had her $12 lipstick sale a few years back, and it's still performing nicely. It is a nice, juicy, like kind of fruit punch tropical color. I can't remember what I wore this with, but I think Pat McGrath glosses are my favorite glosses as far as gloss. I think Pat McGrath, I think her glosses are my favorites. So love that. I also have my baby Lucy Dark Orange by Gucci. I have 3 of these in my cart. These are the Glow and Care Shine Bombs. I'm probably combining like 3 different products from other brands. But oh my gosh, this one, like, it's so juicy, so good. And it doesn't have that Gucci smell. No, I don't. Well, maybe a little teeny bit. It's not as strong as it is like in the mattes. I don't have any of the satins, but I really want Peggy Taupe. I want Peggy Taupe in this formula. I love it. I love it so much. YSL Slim Radical Matte Lipstick. Now these do have a little bit of a perfumey scent, almost like rose, but they're so good. I think I broke this one off probably. This is, I think it's called Unreleased Nude or something like that. I can't see. But these are good. They're matte, but they're so soft and they're so comfortable. But you can only get these when they're on sale because nobody's spending $40 or however much these are. And then lastly from YSL, I bought this from it was like the Wild collection for holiday in probably 2020 when I thought I was really trying to do some luxury stuff. And guess what? Still going strong, still going strong. And I'm not sure what shade this is because it doesn't exist anymore and it's not on here. But that's what I got on right now. I'm also wearing Odin's Eye Giant Wolves and that look will be up tomorrow. So just wanted to share those little gems. You know what else I want to talk about actually because it's sitting right here? This Glimmer Grasp from Unearthly Cosmetics is such a good glitter glue. I've never really used glitter glue. I always use a setting spray or Mehron mixing medium. I've never used a product like this, and it is so tacky that the eyeshadow is definitely not going to move. It works great, and for me, a little bit goes a long way. I wouldn't have picked this out and Unearthly sent it to me, and now I'm like, yes, when I'm doing like my shimmers, anything that's fallouty or flaky, I'm gonna be using my Glimmer Grasp. And I love the name Glimmer Grasp. Glimmer Grasp. Glimmer Grasp. I like it. Okay, now to the part that we have all been waiting for, and that, my friends, are the eyeshadow palettes. Let's talk about them. I can talk about eyeshadow for a long time, so I'm going to roll through these. Pat McGrath, Do We Still Love Her? Subversive, Mothership #3. Yes, we do. Yes, we do still love her. She is phenomenal. She is amazing. She's deep, she's grungy, and she's unique. That is what I love about Subversive. And this is a color story that I feel like, you know, is kind of long gone from Pat McGrath. So this is something I will continue to cherish and treasure in my collection. We're not even getting like those baked shades anymore. So these are definitely some special shades, and this is a very beautiful and special palette, and I love it. And I love the cover art for this one as well. I just think it's just so like edgy, you know, even though this is now an old palette, this is still like cutting edge, I think. Just the whole layout of the Mothership as far as like this little, what do you call this? The opening and all that, and the fold out. Just the whole packaging for the Motherships. I mean, no one can do this but Pat McGrath. If somebody else tried, I'd be like, you tried it. All right, let's move on. The NARS Climax palette. I did a Do We Still Love Her video on this one. Yes, we do still love her. Yes, we do. The shimmers in this palette are fantastic. Not to mention, this was a different color story for NARS. Most of the time when I see NARS do palettes, they all look the same. They're almost like Pat McGrath, Divine Rose-esque. Sometimes you may get a little pink pop or something like that. That's what I've always seen. And that's what they're coming out with for holiday this year. But this palette was just something really different and unique for NARS. And I'm so glad that I got this palette. And I'm glad that I used it last month, or yeah, September. I'm glad I used it because I do definitely still love her. A new palette added to my collection is from Notoriously Morbid, and this is the Rusted Essence Volume 2, and this is actually really beautiful. And I think we get thrown off, or I'll say I got thrown off with this tennis ball green, but if you take that away, I mean, you've got like a purple palette for the most part, a little green here. This palette is really nice, and I ended up liking the looks from this palette more than I thought I was going to like them. No, because you can come in when I'm done recording though.
I think I heard a crack.
Nah, I think I heard a crack. So yes, Rusted Essence Volume 2, and Notoriously Morbid is about to buckle back down and get on their makeup game. They are closing their retail store. They had a boba cafe in the store. They are going back to the basics. And so I think that we're going to see the turnaround time improve with Notoriously Morbid. They were going to see the releases slow down, which is great. That way, you know, they are doing what they love the most and doing it with superb quality. And I'm really excited for Notoriously Morbid. I do know that was not an easy choice for them, but they're going back to their original location, and they're going to be focusing on just back to the makeup, back to what they love. So Rusted Essence Volume 2, excellent palette. Now here we have a little blast from the past. I didn't film with this. I didn't do a Do We Love Her. I was just grabbing something. And this is the Kaleidos Futurism Lunar Lavender palette. And when I used this, I was just like, I don't know if just some of my palettes are starting to get older, or maybe I just know I like other formulas better. But I feel as though these aren't great. That's how I feel. Now I know they look great from right there, but I'm just telling you, there's a dustiness about these shimmers that I'm not enjoying as much. And it really surprised me, because the last time I used Lunar Lavender, I was like, yes, I love this, but I did not. I mean, will I use this palette? Yeah, I'll use it. It's fine. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I'm evolving, or is the palette evolving and getting old? It might be a combination of both. It was just okay. It was just all right. That's really the bottom line. Let me know. And maybe, as I said, maybe they've always been that way, but I don't know. And I don't even know if I have the patience to just figure that out. It's like, I got other stuff that I'm into. So, like this one, y'all. The Cimmerian Sunset. Come on smoothness. Come on shimmer. Come on, I don't even know. This though, maybe one of the best of 2023 for me. Just being honest. Let's be honest. Very beautiful shades. Could have switched out, you know, this here. Didn't really need those, or this one. But I can forgo that, because these shimmers, they are bringing the fire. They are bringing the flames. They are bringing it all. Not to mention this matte, this matte, and this matte. This is just a great palette. I hope that if you wanted this palette, you were able to get it. That's what I hope. Because I'm not going to tell people they need to get something, because you don't need to get anything. I'm just hoping that if you wanted it, you were able to get it. And I hope that when you got it, you were so happy and you enjoyed it as much as I did. Because I really did. I am feeling, ooh, getting a little fast heartbeat, a little quickness. This one right here, Nomad is getting on the grind, okay? They were getting on the grind with this palette. I was shocked. I was not expecting to like this palette as much as I did, but it's cool tones with variety. It's cool tones but blue tones. It's cool tones with browns and greens and grays and gray browns and gray blues. Did I say gray greens? I hope that if you wanted this one, you were able to get it, because this, my friends, was a nice one. This had some shimmers that I could vibe with. This had shimmers that were not flaky or dusty, or I had to use something with it. Fantastic palette, A++++, and a plus. They did a great job. Great job, fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, as much as I love Nomad, sometimes they be coming out with color stories and formulas of things, and I'll just be like, oh, that just wasn't made for me. But that one, made for me. That one could be made for anybody. It just performed so well. Let us talk about the Christmas Eve palette from Oden's Eye. I know we can't get it. But see, when collections come out and I'm not sure, I got to pull out my old stuff to just, you know, see, do I have that feeling? Am I really feeling it? And I really wasn't feeling the new collection, but I'm feeling this. Surely am Christmas Eve, and can wear this outside of Christmas. It is just great. It's warm, it's cool. Yellows, greens, blues, purples. It's like a snowy night. I think this and the Merry Christmas one, they are fantastic. And the new Halloween palettes were like partners to these. They're just more like colorful, vibrant versions. But this was just more muted. It just was so nice. And it's like you came out with a holiday collection that you could wear all year round. I know it looks real holiday and everything with the packaging, but take the packaging away. Nobody would think this was a Christmas palette. At least I wouldn't. This, I think this would be a great palette mashup. These two would be beautiful together. See? Oden's Eye did a great job. And you know what I need them to do this year for holiday? Just restock these palettes. We don't need anything new. Just give the people what they want. Please. Please. Because I can't. All right. Moving on. Natasha Denona My Dream palette. This was in my bin, but I'm trying to figure out when I wore. I did wear it. I'm looking at it like, I'm like, oh, it's shades missing. But I used them in the BYOP. Not my favorite palette from Natasha Denona, but a beautiful palette. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful shades. Very fall to me. So yeah, I still like it. Don't love it, but I do like it. And maybe I'll like it more next year. We'll see. Because that's what tends to happen with me. A year later, I start liking stuff. Oh, yes. Do we still love her? Yes, we do. My Rust palette. My baby. Oh, my gosh. Just great. First palette I ever owned from Melt. You know, did a little revamping here because I just needed a little more excitement. So I didn't need that original shade. But performed like a dream. Perform like I just bought it. This is just like, you don't know what you're going to put on. Rust. Real easy palette to use. Thrilled to still have it and that it's in the condition that it's in. I absolutely love it. Do we still love her? Heather Austin. Heather Austin and Adept. Oh, yes, we do. Now, this got restocked. Now, a lot of times people don't restock creator palettes, but this one, this had the demand. This had the popularity. This had the color story that people wanted. And Adept gave the people what they wanted. This was a great palette. Great palette. She didn't pick no chunky Minka shimmers for this one. We've got 4 great mattes. And you know what? If you didn't like these mattes, the restock has the updated matte formula. I didn't have an issue with these mattes. I don't know. I just didn't. So I'm not getting the restock palette. But these shimmers, y'all, are just, they're special. And the color story is so great. It is a great color story. I love everything about this. One of my tops from 2022. It definitely was. I was thrilled. I love saying thrilled. All right, we just have a couple more left. Let's talk about this BYOP. This is all Natasha Denona shades, and this was a dupe of the ABH Fall Romance palette. And I still have my indie dupe version, but I'll get to it. I just, so much eyeshadow and only 2 eyes. But I did take shades, like some of these are from My Dream. This came out great. And I think, I really wasn't considering the, what's it called? Fall Romance palette. But if I was, or even had a little inkling of a want for that palette, this took me right on out of it. I was like, okay, I have those shades, but better. And then I made an indie version of it, which is probably even better than this. No need to bring that into my collection. It is subpar to my collection. So no, this was great. We also have the Sydney Grace bundle for August. I feel like I did that video in September. It was this one with the purples. And this one didn't really wow me. I liked it better on. The shades are great. Like this one here. This is a unique little shade here. Let's see what it's called. It's called So Shiny. Yeah, I love that. I love that. It's like a taupey plum. But yeah, the pigmentation in these purples was great. So I'm staying with the bundles, as I said, through December. I do owe y'all a video for the September bundle, and I have the October bundle now. Not sure how long like I will continue to get the bundles, because I am starting to get repeats, you know, in my collection, and I don't really need to get a whole bunch of repeats, especially not in eyeshadow singles, because I already don't use them the way that I would like to. I don't use them as much. The other BYOP I did was the, what was this? The Nearly, was this the Nearly Natural one? No. This was the, was this the All I Need? I think this was the All I Need palette, because I needed my mattes, my Sydney Grace mattes. I can't remember what this was. Because if this is All I Need, I got some shades in here that I'm like, why didn't I put TR in here from Sydney Grace? I like this palette though. This was great. It was giving me Pat McGrath and then the special shades on the end. Oh my gosh, yes. Like, this was a great palette. It is really gorgeous. And the last, to wrap up the roundup, I did do a quick look with the Stone and Rock palette from Oden's Eye. I didn't film it. I just was getting ready for work, and I was like, oh, let me use this. Another hit for Oden's Eye as far as I'm concerned. I have not swatched the ooh, this High Spirits. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, I need to get into this one like ASAP. Now, you know, I was talking about it in my Giant Wolves video, and I've always said this. Oden's Eye shades, some of them lend themselves to be a bit hard panty, and I don't like that. I don't like hard panty shades. I know it's supposed to be a simple fix, but when I tried to get the hard pan off of one of my palettes, the tape pulled out a huge chunk of the shadow. So that was sad. Anyway, I think this is a really cute earthy color story, and it's really, really nice. So I still would like to film with this palette, but not right now, NRN. Okay, that is what I have for my roundup. And you know what I started saying I was going to do? I was going to talk about anything that I've emptied. So I'm going to do that real quick, because I don't know if we need a whole video for empties. You know what I mean? It's cool, but Camille Rose, Black Castor Oil, and Shea Bay. This is a deep conditioner I use for my hair. I definitely will repurchase that. I need extra moisturizer. I was using this to comb my locks out. This Coconut Curls Leave-In Curl Quencher, which was great. I have my Bond Building Repair Oil Serum from Bumble and Bumble that I finished. I'm not sure if my ends were repaired. This I'm proud of. This is the #1 Day Chanel Skin Tint. This was my baby right here. B50, perfect match, light coverage, gorgeous, love it. I have a Kiehl's multi-zone eye zone treatment cream. I'm trying, oh, I got a new eye cream because I'm not paying $60 anymore. I'm tired. So I have this hydrating eye cream with hyaluronic acid from First Aid Beauty, and we'll see. I also have a rice water serum from Amazon. I'm hoping that's going to help my hair grow. Setting spray. This setting spray is the Cali Ray, because my sprayer broke. But this Pacifica Mister is the business. And oh my gosh, my father figure, y'all. Oh my gosh, I miss this. I thought I threw this away. Maybe I just want to, I don't know, something about father figure is so addictive. It's oddly addictive. It is so hard for me to explain why that scent is so addictive, but I'm going to get a full bottle. And lastly, I have my Midnight Recovery Botanical Cleansing Oil from Kiehl's. And this is an oil that helps you to get your makeup off right before you wash your face. So I use that, and then I use a cleanser. So just wanted to go ahead and share that, because there's no point of doing a whole new video for that. That's what I've emptied. That's what I've used. That's what I love. I feel really good because I just feel like, sorry, I moved over. I just feel like I've been using a lot more of my collection. I have been going and using different things. When I see like, oh, you've been wearing an Hourglass foundation every day, like let's try something else. Then I brought the Lisa Eldridge, you know, back in just to kind of mix it up a little bit. And I feel great about that. I especially feel great about the eyeshadow palettes. And, you know, unfortunately, I am seeing the result of having so much eyeshadow that it's not going to last forever. I'm also starting to see that formulas that I once really liked or thought were super great, I'm like, they're just okay. Or the palette's going bad, like that Lunar Lavender. I was just kind of like, I don't know. Those shimmers looked a bit dusty to me. So, and then I see stuff that I use every month. And then that lets me know for future purchases, like you really did use this, like the NARS blush palette, like the Hourglass face palettes, the Adept face palettes. And then just looking at the eyeshadow palettes that I use, I'm like, these are the palettes like that you keep coming for, you know? So it's exciting to me to feel like that. I also see things I don't need more of. Like I don't need any more of these rouge type sheeny blushes. I have a ton. I know that's my color, but I also know, like, Kara, you really don't need to buy any more of those. But I see what I'm starting to like. I love those RMS blushes, and some of the stuff I feel like I use pretty much every month. So, you know, I may not mention it, but like some of these things are just staples. They are sitting out. This Glimmer Grasp, definitely, I'm into that. My NARS eyeshadow primer, I feel like that's been doing great. Let me know if you like the NARS eyeshadow primer. I think I'm probably going to have to get ready to repurchase a new one. I've also been using, let me just say this, I've also been using the Tarte Maneater mascara. I feel like it's just okay. It's just all right. I had this in my drawer and I was like, you know, Kara, we're going to just start using this stuff. But I don't think anybody honestly needs to pay a luxury price for mascara, because my Essence mascara did just as well as this Maneater, and that was like $4.99. So, you know, I'm probably going to stay away from buying expensive mascaras, but I am going to use up the ones that I have, because I have a whole little collection of mascaras for some reason. So that's going to be it for this video. I would love to know what you have been using lately. It doesn't have to be from September, because it's hard to keep track of all that. I sit all of my things in a bin, and then now that I'm done the video, I can finally put the stuff away and move my October stuff back in the bin, so I can keep track of that. I like to have an account of what I'm using, because it's just letting me know like where I am wasting money, because a lot of things end up getting wasted. But there's certain things here, like I'm like, yeah, I probably wouldn't get that again. You know, it just helps me to be more accountable. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. You know it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.